Hi, it's Dorothy Guining with Scrapbooking Quebec. Welcome to the last video in my 5-part mini-series, Power Scrapping with my Flower Emporium FOMO kit. In this series, I shared a fun and fast, streamlined approach to creating with collections. This can be done with whatever collection you want. I used Vicki Boutin's 49 and Market Flower Emporium collection along with Stash. It's a kit I put together on YouTube that I affectionately called my FOMO kit, Fear of Missing Out kit. The power scrapping approach is basically batch scrapping. In video 1, I did the prep work batch style for all 5 double page spreads, separating material into page kits with photos and drawing sketches. In the following 3 videos, I assembled the pages, and in this video, I'll share all 5 double page spreads I created using this method. All videos in this series are grouped in a playlist, and that playlist is linked below. So let's get started. I'm going to show you each design 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to show you the little changes that I made, and at the end you will get a look at all these pages again. So for design 1, it's basically 2 complementary pages side by side. The big change here is I flipped the pages, meaning the right page is on the left and the left page is on the right. But essentially I followed the sketch. What I ended up doing was switching up the placement of the title a bit, and I'm pointing out that I did some stamping in the middle of that circle, and I did stamping elsewhere on the page. I knew I wanted to do stamping when I drew up the sketches, but it was only when I was creating I ended up stamping right in that entire circle, and I really like that look. So when I use the power scrapping method, I create these sketches quickly, knowing that I will probably tweak them along the way. And I like to do these quickly because it keeps me going. And the whole idea about power scrapping is to do it quickly. Now I'm showing you design number 2. Now for this one, I pretty much followed the sketch. I'm going to show you the sketch again, but basically on the left-hand page, there's a focal point photo with a bunch of layers, and then there is a grid that spans across the 2 pages. What I ended up doing was changing the placement of the embellishment cluster within the grid. And also when I drew up the original sketch on the right page, there were 2 borders, one on the right side and one on the left. The one on the left side of the right page, I got rid of it and I just made a wider one on the right that houses my title. Again, I tweak these sketches along the way. My original sketch that I draw up quickly during the first phase of this power scrapping is just to put down my initial thoughts, basically my gut feeling. And then when I go to scrapbook, I can switch it up a bit. But I did stay pretty close to the sketch. Now we're on design number 3. For this one, I pretty much followed the sketch. I'm showing you the sketch there. By the way, all of these sketches and still shots for these pages will be over on my Facebook page, which is called Scrapbooking Quebec, and I will have a link to that below. So more or less, I followed the sketch, and this design, I did do it on YouTube for another page, and I will link up that video below because it's really, really useful if you have tons of photos, and it's super easy to come together. Now what I'm going to do is show you design number 4. And the next 2 pages I did create on YouTube in 2 separate videos. So once again, it's almost like 2 companion pages that look nice side by side, but they can work as individual single pages as well. The big change here, same thing. I flip the pages, meaning the right page is on the left and the left page is on the right. I don't know why I did that. I ended up doing it for 3 of the 5 double page spreads. For both of these pages, I pretty much followed the sketch. So there's really not much change here except that I flipped up the pages, meaning the right is on the left and the left is on the right. And in the original video 1, I did select the paper for all of these pages, and I pretty much stuck to what I had selected in that first video. Now what I'm going to show you is the last 2 pages, and this one here I did it on YouTube as well, so that video will be listed and linked below. Once again, for this one, I pretty much flipped the pages and I followed the sketch. Basically, the left page is on the right page is on the left, but I followed each one of those. I just switched up the order of the pages. For whatever reason, that's what felt right for me that particular day. Now, what I'm going to do is show you what I have left from my FOMO kit, because when I put this kit together, what I was trying to do was not buy too much because I didn't want to have tons of leftovers. The idea was I had a fear of missing out, of not buying this Flower Emporium kit, but I didn't want to buy too much of it. Anyway, of course, I have some leftovers, so I'm showing you there. I do have a handful of scraps, and I have some bigger chunks of paper. That's what I'm showing you right there. And I also have 3 or 4, I'm going to count them here, I guess 4 of them, full sheets of paper. One of them is the back side of a cover sheet of the paper, but 49 in Market, the flip sides of their cover sheets are very usable papers for scrapbook pages. I also have a bunch of embellishments here. So that is the laser cut pack. I did use quite a bit of it, but there is a lot in those embellishment packs, so I still have a bunch of that left. And I have tons of ephemera. I used tons of ephemera, but that pack had 217 pieces, I think. And I feel like I still have a full pack, even though I used tons of it. Also, I had bought a tag sheet, a cut apart sheet. Now, I used a lot of those, but I still have some of those left over. That was a 12 by 12 paper that I cut up. And I have this sticker sheet. That's the one I really didn't use much of. I'm going to keep all of this together. I have certainly enough paper to create another double page spread. And once I'm finished with that, I will tuck those embellishments with either 49 in Market material or Vicki Boutin material. Now what I'm going to do is just do a quick flip through of these pages so you can get a second look. And what I will do, as I mentioned earlier, I will post some still shots along with those sketches on my Facebook page, which is called Scrapbooking Quebec, and I'll put a link to that Facebook group below. I want to say a big thank you to Cindy, who sent me a gift certificate to the scrapbook.com. Her generosity inspired me to do this series and to share her kindness with all of you. I hope you enjoyed this video and series. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, Scrapbooking Quebec, I would be thrilled if you did. And if you are a subscriber, thank you very, very much. Have a great day, and I will see you soon on YouTube. Bye-bye.